All right, thank you so much for all for joining me in this specific session, specific lecture. This is Gurpal Singh from Gursur Education, and in this video lecture, we are going to talk about a very important chapter regarding mathematical reasoning, and this is going to be regarding time and distance, in which we shall talk about the different aspects of time and distance chapter, and these are going to be related to speed, time, and distance. So we shall see whatever the relationship is there between all these elements, and we shall solve some questions, and after that we shall pursue with some advanced level question. So I hope you would have already seen the basic video lecture regarding speed, time, and distance. This is the first lecture. That was the first lecture. As you know, our strategy that first of all, we always try to clear your concepts. Only if your concepts are clear, then you can feel, or you can assume that your questions can be made right in the examination. So when your concepts are clear, then easily you can find any kind of question, or you can make the equations as well. So if you have gone through from that basic lecture, then understanding this lecture shall become very, very easy for you. So I'm just going to tell you whatever the structure is going to be there for this lecture. First of all, I shall solve some questions again, so that your basics are again cleared, and after that some further questions shall be there, so that there will be in total 8 to 9 questions, so that you become aware of all the things whatever is necessary for solving the questions regarding speed, time, and distance. And after you have gone through from all these things, then a test shall be posted to you as usual. The PDF notes shall be given to you. It shall be having some questions regarding speed, time, and distance, and you have to solve these questions. So first of all, we shall solve and we shall explain in detail all the questions in this video lecture, and after that you shall be given the questions for the test as well. So the foremost and the most important, the prerequisites for this video lecture is going to be the basic lecture of speed, time, and distance. I must tell you that if you have gone through from that lecture only, this lecture is going to be helpful or worthy for you. If you have not gone through from that video lecture, first of all, you are supposed to go through from that. Only after that, you are supposed to watch this video lecture. So now just going to share with you the screen of what we have prepared for you. And I'm going to explain each and every question in detail. So just enjoy this video lecture. See all the questions. All right, so now I believe that you would be watching the video for speed, time, and distance, and I have already explained you this is the very important concepts in mathematical reasoning we are about to cover right now. So what we have to do in all this chapter, I think I have already given you the structure. We have already delivered one video lecture regarding speed, time, and distance, in which we have already cleared your concepts. Like you must remember all the formulas, and these are the mathematical expressions which are very necessary to go through in order to understand this video lecture. So the first lecture was completely conceptual, in which one by one, step by step, we explained you each and everything regarding what to apply in what specific condition. In this video lecture, I shall explain you number of questions. Okay, I shall tell you how the equations can be made. So basically in this lecture, we are going to learn how on the basis of different equations, the equations can be made. Okay, so these equations are made on the basis of mathematical expressions, which we have already understood in the video lecture regarding the conceptual understanding of speed, time, and distance. So basically, I have taught you that speed is equal to distance divided by time. I'm not going to explain this formula extremely further because we have already understood, and I believe that you would have gone through from that video lecture. Only then you can expect this particular lecture to be understood. So speed is distance divided by time. Ultimately, on the basis of this formula, you can make the conclusion that time should be distance divided by speed. And again, on the basis of this formula, you can make further conclusion that distance is equal to speed multiplied by by time. So these are the basic mathematical expressions which are necessary to understand. And I think there are 5 or 6 more expressions were there which I have taught you one by one in the questions we'll be watching. What is necessary for us? Okay. So just moving further, this is question number first, and it's saying us that a bike has to cover a distance of 18 kilometers. So I have already told you the strategy completely. We have already delivered around 70 plus explanation videos in which number of questions regarding speed, time, and distance have been asked, and I have explained so many questions from that. So I believe that you are regular with those as well. So first of all, whenever you see any kind of element from these three things like speed, time, and distance, you quickly have to write that. Okay, I'm not writing here just now because I have already written the statement in the next slide, where at which we shall completely write each and every mathematical expression. Here I'm just going to give you description of what kind of a question can be asked to you. So just read it carefully. A bike has to cover a distance of 18 kilometers. That means we have been given with one of the elements. This is distance. Distance is already given to us. Okay, so this is given. And then the question is saying if it stands for the bike. If it runs at 45 kilometer per hour, that is the speed. This is a conditional speed because the word if has been written, and we see what is further there. If it runs at 45 kilometer per hour, it reaches its destination late by 10 minutes. So this is the condition. Okay, so two things have been given to us in the complete mathematical expression. I have already told you that you have to find what is given: speed, distance, and time. From these things, whatever is given, you have to write that quickly. Distance is already given. This is 18 kilometers per so this is 18 kilometers. Speed is also given, but this is a conditional speed. This is 45 kilometers per hour. Time is not given to us. We have to find the time. So the question is saying what is the correct time for the journey. Time we have to find, but we have been given a description that if the speed is this, then the person reaches to his destination late by 10 minutes. So this is the condition which has been given to us. So now we have to make the mathematical equation, and I am going to explain you how you can make these kind of things. So first of all, you must have the blank space as usual, because everything is done only on the basis of a blank space. So the first, I'm just again going to read this equation. This statement: a bike has to cover a distance of 18 kilometers. That means first of all, distance has been given to us. So distance is equal to 18 kilometers. So they have to cover the distance of 18 kilometers. So I'm just mark here a simple line so that I can divide this page into two parts so that everything is covered in this page only. So the second thing, speed has been given to us, and this speed is a conditional speed. So you can read the next line: if it runs at 45 kilometers per hour. So I'm writing here 45 kilometers per hour. So this thing we have written. Okay, so this is the thing. And finally, it reaches its destination late by 10 minutes. So this is very obvious that it's reaching to its destination late by 10 minutes. So this is given to us. So we don't know about the time. We don't know about the time. Okay, so time, we assume that the time is X. Okay, so the time is X. So this we don't know. But we know distance and speed. Okay, but and both these items have been given in the denomination of kilometers per hour. So the distance is 18 kilometers per hour and the speed is 45 kilometers per hour, but this is the conditional speed. So first, what should be your strategy? You must see in which denominations the options have been given. So just merely looking at the options, you can see that the denomination of time has been given in minutes. This has not been given in hours. This has not been given in hours. So that means you have to apply the formula or the mathematical expression regarding meters per second. Okay, that ultimately means that if the speed is given in kilometers per hour denomination, you shall have to convert into the denomination of meters per second. Okay, how did I get to know that I have to convert that? Only by looking at the options, because in all the options the answer has been given in the denomination of minutes. And moreover, this was the second this was the first idea how I this was the first thing how I got the idea. The second option is, you can see that here has been written that he reaches its destination late by 10 minutes. So here the word minute has been written. So that's why in this case, in the case where in the question two kind of time denominations are given, like here this is r 45 kilometers per hour, but in this at here in this part of the statement it has been given that it is late by 10 minutes. So that's why this is the second idea of why you should get to know that what should be the proper denomination of solving this question. So the proper denomination should be meters per second. So what I shall do, I shall convert this kilometers per hour speed into meters per second denomination. So this is like that. You already know. I hope that you would have gone through from the basic conceptual lecture regarding speed, time and distance. So 1 kilometers per hour is always equal to 5.18 meters per second. This thing we have taught you so many times. So now we know the two elements regarding the equation. Okay, equation is very simple. The equation is speed is equal to distance divided by time. That you all know very well. So when we talk about that, we know this is the conditional speed, and on the basis of this speed, first of all, I am going to find what time comes, and that shall be the conditional time. Okay, so speed has been given to us. This is 45 kilometers per hour. I am just converting into the denomination of meters per second. I am writing here 5 divided by 18, and this should be multiplied with the initial speed. This is equal to distance. Okay, so distance is given to us. This is 18 kilometer. Time is not given to us. I am writing here time, and thus that shall be the conditional time. Why? The only reason that the speed is conditional. So now we have to solve this equation. We can take t to the left hand side and all this expression on the right hand side. So I'm just writing here t is equal to 18. Okay, so this is the case. 18 multiplied by 18 divided by 45 multiplied by 5. So this is I must believe that you know that how the division and multiplication and minus and subtraction, all the mathematical operation changes when their sides are changed. This is the left hand side and this is the right hand side, and I hope that you have at least basic understanding or knowledge of mathematical operations. So 5 divided by 18 was there when its side is changed, like from left hand side it is moved to right hand side. We just have to write 18 in the numerator and 5 in the denominator, and 45 is in the numerator in the left hand side. That's why we have written here in the on the side of a denominator here. So just to solve this equation, I'm just writing here again 18 multiplied by 18 divided by 45 and multiplied by 5, just to solving it. And I don't think it's solving it is going to be that difficult. So just have written this equation like here. So if we move with the further mathematical operation, like here will be the division can be made with the 9, because here is 18 and here is 45, and if we cut these two figures we get 2 and 5 here. And moreover, you have to realize that we have not converted this figure into meters. Okay, this is still in kilometers. So as we have converted the denomination of this denomination from kilometers per hour into meters per second. In the same way, your kilometers should be converted into meters. Okay, only then your equation shall be right. Okay, so 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meters. So in the same way, 18 kilometers should be 18,000 kilometers. So further we had to multiply it by 1000. So in this way, if you further make the mathematical expression solutions, like you can cut this 1000 with a table of 5, and that shall produce you the value of 200. And further, if we are making the cuts further, then you can get to know that you can reduce it with the value of 40. Okay, so this should be your strategy. So your time is equal to 18 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 40. But you must remember that this time now is coming in the denomination of seconds. This is coming into the denomination of seconds, but in the answer you have been given with all the denominations of minutes only. Okay, you have been given with all the denominations of minutes only. If this is in seconds, so first of all we shall have to convert it into minutes. How you shall convert it? You just have to divide all this expression by 60. This way you can solve this. Okay, so you can further cut all these figures. Okay, so 6 can be cut with the table of 2, so 3 is there, 3, and 18 can be cut with the table of 3, and 6 comes out here. So when you multiply the remaining balancing figures, then you get the time 24 minutes. Okay, that comes in the denomination of minutes. So in this way, I think you are getting all the ideas. Okay, so again your concept should be cleared by now. So what I have taught you, first of all, you have to see that in what dimension or denomination the answers option have been given. If these are given in minutes, then what you have to do, you have to convert your speed of kilometers per hour denomination into meters per second, and your distance which is given is in kilometers, you have to convert it into meters. Only then you should go ahead. So 5 divided by 18 was applied here just to get the denomination of speed into meters per second, and 1000 was multiplied here just for converting this 18 kilometers into meters. So now we have left with the time. This is 24 minutes. Okay, 24 minutes. But you must remember that this is the conditional time. Why this is conditional time? Because the speed was conditional. We had been given that if it runs at 45 kilometers per hour, it reaches its destination by late by 10 minutes. So it's reaching at 24th minute. So this is late by 10 minutes. So the actual time should be 24 minus 10. 24 minutes by minus 10 minutes. So you are left with the value of 14 minutes. So 14 minutes should be the correct time of reaching to the destination. So 14 minutes have been given in the at the option B. So this is why we shall select it as our possible answer. I know that it seems to be somewhat difficult to you, but I must tell you, by regular practicing or going through many explanation given by us, you can easily solve these kind of equations. Okay, what you have to remember that sometime you shall have to convert kilometers per hour into meters per second. You shall have to convert the meters per second into kilometers per hour. Maybe this is the case, you have to convert your kilometers into meters, and this may also be the case that you shall have to convert your meters denomination into kilometers. So all these can be the different cases. So in this way, I hope I was able to teach you completely the concept regarding the first question. You don't need to be worried about, because number of questions are yet to come. Your concept shall be cleared further. So this is the question number second, and it's saying that a car running from a city at the speed of 40 kilometers per hour, and the speed of the car was increased by 2 kilometers per hour at the end of every hour. Okay, so the first speed is 40 kilometer per hour, and we have been given that its speed is increased by 2 kilometers per hour at the end of every hour. So it's saying that the distance, the total distance covered by the truck in the first 5 hours of the journey, what shall it cover? So this, I think answering this is very easy. So in the first hour, so there are total 5 hours. First hour, second hour, third hour, fourth hour, and fifth hour. And you have to see in what denomination the distance, the answer distance has been given. So this is given in kilometers. So you don't need to be worried about, you don't have to convert your kilometers per hour dimension into meters per second. That's easy to go through. So in the first hour, it runs at the speed of 40 kilometers per hour. When we talk about per hour dimension, that means in 1 hour it's covering this distance. So in the first hour it's covering 40 kilometers. So after that, with every increase in an hour, the speed is increased by 2 kilometers per hour. So in the second hour, it covers the distance of 42 kilometers. In the third, it covers the distance of 44. So you have to plus 2 in all the previous figures. So in the fourth hour, it shall cover the distance of 46 kilometers, and in the fifth hour, it shall cover the distance of 48 kilometers. What you have to, so this is the different kind of distances covered by the car in different hours. So you just have to make sum of all these figures so that you get the total distance covered by the car. So 40 plus 42 plus 44 plus 46 plus 48. And when you make total of all these things, you, I think, let me just make the total. 4, this is 8, 12, then 16, then 20. So 200 is there. 2 and 4, 6, 6, 12, and 20. So 220 kilometers shall be the total distance covered by the car. So 220 has been given in option C. So in this way you can find these kind of questions, and that's not going to be that difficult for you. Okay, I don't believe this was understanding this was difficult. Okay, these kind of questions can also be posted, and there are number of types of the questions. So we are just moving further, and this is going to be the next question, and this is the question number 3rd, and it's saying that 2 persons start running simultaneously around a rectangular track of length 700 meter. Okay, so this is the rectangular track, so we can make the shape in our mind. So this is the rectangular track, and its length is its total length is 700 meters. So you have to remember that the denomination is in meters. So everything should be in meters. Okay, so that should be in meters. So that is given to us. So now it's given that from the same point, they start from the same point, and we assume that they are starting from here. Remember that when it's given that its length is length of rectangle is given 700 meter, that means we are talking about its perimeter. I mean to say all the area around it. Okay, so this area, and after this area, after this area, and after this area. So the total of all this area is 700 meters. So they are starting from the same point. So they are starting from here. Okay, so so they are starting from here, and their speed has been given. The speed of the first man is 45 kilometers per hour, and the second man is 25 kilometers per hour. And this is very obvious. I have already told you, when the denomination of one of the item is given indifferent than the other, then you have to convert all the denomination to make all these similar. So it's meters, 700 meters. So we shall have to convert the speed of kilometers per hour into meters per second first of all. I shall tell you when we solve this question. The next statement is, when will they meet for the first time? So if they are running, when they'll she meet, when they'll she when they shall meet on the track if they are moving in the opposite direction. Okay, so this is the case. So I'm just writing here all again. So this is the rectangular path. One is so from this point they are starting. A is going on this side and B is going on this side. A's speed is 45 kilometers per hour and B's speed is 25 kilometers per hour, and we have been asked that at what time they shall meet. So he is running from this side, he is running from this side, and the question is asking us that when they shall meet to each other. So this is basically the question and the description of the question. So first of all, you have to keep all these things in mind, and I must tell you, I believe that you would have gone through from the basic conceptual lecture, because in that lecture I have taught you regarding the concept of relative speed. So they are moving in opposite direction, and I have already told you, when two persons are running in the opposite direction, okay, then their relative speed will be the sum of the speed of both. So A's speed plus B's speed shall be the relative speed. So 45 plus 25 is equal to 70 kilometers per hour. So this is the total speed of them, and this is known as the relative speed. And this case is applied when they are moving in the opposite direction. Opposite direction just means that if somebody is going on the left hand side, then the other one is going on the right hand side. So this is the concept of relative speed. Relative speed we have already found, and on the basis of this we can easily solve this question. So we have been given two options with us. The first is distance already given. This is 700 meters. And secondly, we have already been given with the speed. The speed we have already found, and that is the relative speed, and this is 70. So I'm just writing here meters, 700 meters, and the speed is 70 kilometers per hour. You know that one of the item or element of the equation has been given in the denomination of a meter, so that why we have to convert the speed into kilometers per hour. So we can write here again that speed is equal to 70 kilometers per hour multiplied by 7 and divide this by 18, so that we get the speed. So now this is the speed in the denomination of meters per second. So now all the elements are in the same denomination. We can solve this question further. We have been asked that first time. So time has been asked to us what time, at what time they shall meet. Okay, so we easily know that speed is equal to distance divided by time. We have not been given the value of a time. Just on the basis of this formula we can conclude that time is equal to distance divided by speed. So both the things have been given to us. Okay, so I'm writing here time is equal to distance, this is 700, and the speed is 70 multiplied by 5 divided by 18. So you can take this 18 to the upper side on the numerator side. So I'm just writing here time is equal to 700 divided by 70 multiplied by 5, and 700 should be multiplied by 18. So when we solve this equation, 700 can be divided by 70 easily, and we get 10 for that, and 10 is can be solved with the table of 5, and we get the value of 2. So when we multiply the balancing figures, this is 18 multiplied by 2, we get 36 seconds time. So after 36 seconds they shall both meet to each other. So 36 seconds should be the right answer, and that has been given in option D. You can see this clearly, and in this way you can solve this kind of a question, and I hope that you had you would enjoy this a lot. I think I just take one minute or one or a half minute just to teach you. Now you can feel that if in teaching I am taking that much time, if you have practiced this a lot, then you shall take very few time to answer these kind of question. Now I'm just going further to show you the next question, and this question is going to be the fourth one. And this question is like a person who can walk down a hill at the rate of 6 kilometers per hour and climb up the hill at the rate of 4 kilometers per hour. So for only one person we have been given with two speeds, only one person. Okay, so his first speed is 6 kilometers per hour and his second speed is 4 kilometers per hour. Okay, so this has been given to you. And so the first speed is if he climb up to a hill, so he is climbing up to a hill at the rate of 6 kilometers per hour. He is coming down at the rate of 4 kilometers per hour. So two speeds have been given, and it has been said that he ascends, that means he goes up and comes down to the starting point in 5 kilometers. So the time is only one. Time is only given for one time. So speed has been given for two times of the same person, but the time is given only for one time. So in that kind of situation, you cannot, you should apply the formula of average speed first of all, because time is only one, but the speeds are two. So it has been asked how far did he ascend. So that means distance has been asked to us. How far, that means distance. So the question is asking us how much distance he has covered. So if we are making its description again, so he is climbing up a hill with the speed of 6 kilometers per hour. He is coming down from the hill at the speed of 4 kilometers per hour, and in total he is taking 5 hours. In total he is taking 5 hours. So you can easily see that two speeds have been given for the same man, but only one time is given for the man. So we know that we have to apply the formula of speed is equal to distance divided by time. So time is only one, but the speeds are two. So in this case, what shall you do? You have to find the average speed of the man, and you don't need to worry about conversion of the denomination, because all the denominations are in the same, are for the same level. Like this is 6 kilometers per hour, this is 4 kilometers per hour, this is 5 hours, and answer options have also been given in kilometers. So that's why don't need to be worried about the formula of 5 divided by 18 or 18 divided by 5. So we are not supposed to convert that, we just have to find the average speed. And if you have attended the basic conceptual lecture regarding speed, time and distance, you would have completely understood the formula of finding average speed. Just going to find the average speed. So this is 2 multiplied by the speed of the first man, the first speed multiplied by second speed divided by first speed plus second speed. So this was the formula of average speed. So we can easily find the average speed now. So this is 2 multiplied by 6 multiplied by 4 divided by 6 plus 4. So if we solve this equation, so 2 multiplied by 6, this is 12 multiplied by 4, this is 48, and divided by 10. So this is the average speed. So this can be considered to be the total speed of the man. So this is all about that. Okay, so now again I'm just making a line in the middle of that so that I get a lot of page. So first of all, we have been given with the speed we have already given. So this is 48 divided by 10 kilometers per hour. So this is our speed, and we have already been given the time as well. Time is given to us, this is 4, so this is 5 hours. So this is in total 5 hours, and we have been asked to find the distance which has not been given to us in the question. So distance has to be found, and we know the formula for finding the speed is distance divided by time. And by solving or converting this equation, we can easily say that distance should be equal to speed multiplied by time. So distance is equal to speed multiplied by time. I am just writing here d is equal to speed, we already know this is 48 divided by 10, and time we already know this is 5 hours. So just if we solve this equation, 5 can be cut the 10 easily, so that here comes 2, and 48 can be solved with the table of 2, and that comes to be 24. So 24 kilometers comes as the total distance covered by the man. But now you have to remember that he is ascending and coming down. So he is going uphill and coming downward. So this distance is the distance for covered for both the options. He is going upward and is coming down. So that's why he's covering the 24 kilometers of distance. But distance has been asked for the one way only. So the one way distance shall be 24 divided by 2. This is 12 kilometers. So this is you have to find. It's very obvious. I don't believe that I have to explain you why I have taken that 2 in the denominator. The only reason is whatever the distance is covering by going up, the same level of distance he is covering by going down. So in this way, you can find that the 12 kilometers should be the right answer of this question, and that has been given in option A. So we shall select this option as our possible answer. So I hope you would have got the complete idea by now how these kind of a question can be solved out, and this is not going to be that difficult for you. So I'm just going to share further the next question. And this question is going to be the question number 5th. So this is question number 5th, and it reads like 2 persons cover 168 kilometer distance at the speed of 42 kilometers per hour and 48 kilometers per hour respectively. That means there are 2 different persons, and we can take these like A and B, and they are covering a certain difference, like both are covering 168 kilometers of distance, and they are having the different speeds. Like the speed of A is 42 kilometers per hour, and the speed of B is 48 kilometers per hour. That obviously means that B shall cover the distance fastly. Okay, because he is having the speed faster than A. It ultimately means that the A shall be taking more time. A shall be taking more time than B. And we have been asked that to find how much slower one take more to cover the distance. So how much more time A shall take to cover the same distance of 168 kilometers? This is the question which has been asked to us. So again, as usual, what you have to do, you just have to have a blank space so that you can write your equations there. So I am just converting this complete page into 2 parts so that I can read easily and I can write easily. So 2 persons cover the distance. So distance is all there, okay, and time is also there. So speed is also there. This is 42 kilometers per hour and 48 kilometers per hour. So first of all, what we shall do, we shall simply find. I think that's very easy because you are just supposed to find time when you have been given with both the elements required to find time. So time is equal to, we know as time should be equal to distance divided by speed. So this is the equation. This is the formula for finding the time, and distance we know this is in kilometers, and speed is also in the same denomination. So that's why we are not supposed to change it. Although the options are given in a minute. So, but first of all, we shall try to solve in this way. Then we shall say if need be there, then we can change their denomination afterwards as well. So first of all, we shall solve the answer for A. Okay. So we are talking about A's distance. The distance covered by A is 168 kilometers, and the speed of A is 42 kilometers per hour. So this is the distance, and this is the speed covered by him. So we can easily find the time taken by him. So this is 168 divided by 42. And when we divide this, we get to know that he can cover the distance in 4 hours. So for 4 hours should be the right time at which A can cover the distance of 168 kilometers running at the speed of 42 kilometers per hour. In the same way, we can find this for B. If we are finding this for B, then the distance covered by the B is again 168 kilometers, and the speed of B is 48 kilometers per hour. So this is the speed given uh, by the B. So this is easy to be solved. Okay, so time, we know we can easily find the time in this way, 168 divided by 48. And when we divide this, let me divide and let me find what can be the answer of that. And that is going to be 8 multiplied by 3. This is 24, and that is going to be 144. 24 are left. So okay, so 3.5. Okay, so this is 3.5 hours. 3.5 hours. Okay, so 3.5 hours he can reach the distance with the speed of 48 kilometers per hour. So time taken by A is 4 hours, and time taken by B is 3.5 hours. So we have simply been asked that how much time B take more. Okay, anyone, any person. Okay, it take more. So for covering the same distance, so we can easily find the difference. So difference is equal to 4 hours minus 3.5 hours. So this is 0.5 hours. 0.5 hours are more taken by are taken by this is the more time taken by A to cover the same distance. So but the answer has been given in minutes. So he is taking 0.5 hours. 0.5 hours simply means 1/2 of hours. When we talk about 1/2 of hours, that means if an hour is of a 60 minute, that means 1/2 of that should be 30. That means 30 minutes more are taken by A to cover the same distance. So 30 has been given at option B. So this is why we shall select it as our possible answer. So in this way, I hope you would have liked this question as well. So that was not difficult to be solved out. So I have solved in a way that it becomes easy for you to understand, I think. So now we are just moving further with different kind of things. Okay, so the next question is going to be related to some trains. Okay, I think this is going to be related to relative speeds. We see that what happens. Okay, so this is question number 6. So it reads like 2 trains of equal length. So this is the first thing. They have the length equal. Okay, and they take 10 seconds and 15 seconds. Time is given. So there are 2 elements. Okay, this is train A and this is train B. We are talking about a time. Time is given for them. 10 seconds is the time for A, and 50 seconds the time for B, respectively, to cover a telegraph post. So this do not have any kind of length. Okay, this is simply a pole. If the length of each train be 300 meters, that simply means distance has been given to you. Length is equal to distance in case the distance of another element is 0. Okay, so that means they have to cover 30 meters, 300 meters, sorry, and 300 meters. So this is the distance covered by both of them. Okay, so this is all the thing. In what time will they cross each other traveling in the opposite direction? So again, you know that this is not going to be difficult for you. So time is given, distance is given. First of all, we shall find in case they are moving in opposite direction, like one is going one is going in this way. Okay, and the second one is opposite, is completely opposite to its direction. If one is going in this direction, the other one is going in this direction. Okay, so in this way we can see that they are moving in opposite directions. So what we have to do, we have to find a relative speed, but you can see that none kind of speed has been given, only the distance and time has been given. But with the help of distance and time you can easily find the speed, because the formula of speed is distance divided by time. Okay, so now first of all what we shall do, we shall again I'm just going to make two divisions of this page. So first of all I shall talk about the speed of the train A. For that I need a distance which has already been given, and we have calculated that this is 300 meters, and the time we have already found that this is 10 seconds. We are not supposed to make any kind of change in denominations. So speed is very easy to find out. This is 300 divided by 10, and that comes out to be 300 meters per second. That was easy to solve out. 300 meters per second. And secondly, if we are talking about the second train, this is going to be, distance is going to be same as 300 meters, and time is going to be 15 seconds. This is going to be 15 seconds. We can easily find the speed of that as well, 300 divided by 15, and when we divide that we get the value of 20, and 20 meters per second is going to be the speed of this train, 20 meters per second. So we have got two different speeds of the different trains. Now we can easily find the relative speed. I told you we have to find the relative speed because they are crossing each other from the opposite direction. This is why we have to find the relative speed. Finding relative speed in case of the elements moving in opposite direction is very easy. You just have to sum both the speeds. Like this is speed 1, this is speed 2, and that shall be relative speed. So relative speed is equal to 30 plus 20, that is going to be 50 meters per second. 50 meters per second is relative speed. So they have to cover a total distance of the total distance is going to be that is going to be for this is going to be 300 for first train and 300 for second train, and that is going to be 600 meters. Okay, so it's saying that in what time they will cross each other. For crossing each other they have to cover this distance, because only then they can cross each other. Okay, 300 for train A, 300 for B. So if they cross each other they have to cover the distance of 600 meters. And if they are covering the distance of this distance at this speed, we have to find the time, and this is the only thing left with us. So we can easily find the time. This is the distance, and we have to divide distance by speed for finding the time. As you all know, the formula for finding the time is equal to distance divided by speed. So now 600 divided by 50, and that comes to be 12 seconds. Okay, 12 seconds. 12 seconds is the final answer of ours. I see. Okay, this has been given in option D. So this is why we shall select it as our possible answer. So in this way, this particular question was extremely knowledgeable. That was extremely knowledgeable. I hope you would have enjoyed this. Okay. So in this way, you should clear your concepts, only then you can expect your exam to be qualified, because there are so many chapters are there which we have to solve out. Just moving further to the next question, and this is going to be the question number 7, and it's saying that two men starts together. So two men starts together to walk a certain distance, one at 4 kilometers per hour and other at 5 kilometers per hour. So two men are given, A and B, and their speeds have already been given. The speed of first man is 4 kilometers per hour, and the speed of the second man is 5 kilometers per hour. So this is given to us. Okay, so it has been said that the former arrives half an hour before the latter. So you obviously know that this man is having the higher speed. That means he shall arrive arrive fastly. He shall arrive fastly. Okay, and he shall take lesser time. So it has been given that he takes 1/2 hours less than A. So B take 1/2 or less than A to cover a certain distance, to cover a distance which has not been given to us. So neither we know distance nor we know time, but we know only the difference between the time if they take if they cover the same distance. Only this thing is known to us. I show you how you can solve these kind of questions. Seems to be very difficult, but let me make you confirm that this is going to be very easy. Okay, now distance we don't know. Okay, distance we don't know, but we can assume that the distance can be x. We can assume that the distance can be x. Okay, if we know the distance can be x, then we can easily know the time. Okay, time taken by them. You know that the formula for finding the speed is distance divided by time. This is why the formula for time is distance divided by speed. So we have taken distance to be x. Okay, so we can take the we can find the time taken by A and B. Okay, so time A and time B, time A and time B, you can easily find that. Okay, so they have covered the same distance. So distance we have assumed to be x. So time taken by A should be equal to distance divided by speed. So distance divided by speed is 4x, is x divided by 4. In the same way, distance covered by B and time taken by B, this is x divided by 5. So this is the time we have found, but this is containing a variable x. Okay, but we have been given a very beautiful information. This is the farmer arrives half an hour before the later. That means the difference between their time is half an hour. So now solving this becomes very easy. Okay, how this can be solved? Difference of time. Okay, this is time taken by A, time by A minus time by B should be equal to half an hour. Half an hour. Okay, so we know the time taken by A is x divided by 4 and time taken by B is x divided by 5, and that should be equal to 1/2, and that is our ultimate equation. And solving this equation, you can easily get the value of x. That was the distance. How to solve this? Just take the LCM of the below figures. So this is 20. So you can write here 5x, you can write here 4x, and you can write here 1 divided by 2. And you further, if you further solve it, you get the value of x divided by 20 is equal to 1/2. You can easily find the value of x. If you take that 20 to the right hand side, it shall become the numerator. And when you divide 20 by 2, you get the value of 10. And this is the actual distance. This is 10 kilometers because we had assumed that distance to be x. So 10 kilometers should be the right answer of this question, and this has been given in option A. So in this way, you shall select it as your possible answer. So I hope you would have enjoyed it a lot because we have done a lot of things. We have covered a lot of things, and I have given you number of explanation videos regarding speed, time, and distance. And moreover, you can make your answers right only if you go through from the basic conceptual lecture regarding speed, time, and distance. So regarding the next lecture, we shall inform you as soon as possible. Thank you so much for joining me. This was Gurpal Singh from Gurpal Education.